What's up? It's not like you're dying.
I know.
So I got for working. Look at me a chair. One sec. Whew.
What did you do?
I do nothing. Yet. You had like I can't use my phone. Oh, this is alright. So, let me close out some more stuff on this laptop. And double check. What was I gonna say? What's up, y'all? It's Dreas, aka DJ Ty0, and I am here with the Q&A. Open for room discussion, whatever the case may be. If you guys want to chit chat, talk about the mixtape, talk about just me, whatever the case may be. I want to know how you guys are doing in this time of, pandemic that we're reopening up in the state. And yeah, I'm supposed to be here with everybody else, but it seems like they're busy off doing other things, prepping for what's supposed to be this, but I guess this is not going to happen for them. So, I have the Nobody Cares t-shirt. Facebook, if you're wondering why I'm looking this way, I have Instagram over here. I should actually make it a bit more side by side, so it's not so confusing to a degree. I think that's fine. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a confession room. Anyway, some things I guess I can discuss while I'm still waiting for whomever or whatever. Nobody Cares was not the original title of the mixtape. I don't know if I want disclosure what that title was, because I do want to use it for a future project at some point, maybe summer of next year, but 100% sure, which is funny because it would have been perfect for this problem or this situation that we're going through right now with the whole police brutality. But what had happened was, in the process of starting to make this and continuously making this, I made a couple beats, and what I decided to do was I wanted to run off the idea of how I feel towards the beats, versus me trying to force myself into creating this story within a short window of time and not kind of like prepping. I felt like if I had took the time to make the project that I previously wanted to make, I would not have announced anything at all. And I would have started building on just creating music and feeding you guys music once a week. And you are going to be annoying. Why? Why? Why can't I just talk and you just not? This is what you were doing with your mother when she was doing makeup?
Yes.
Oh my god. Man, no wonder she has sped up her videos. What was I getting at? I can't remember for the life of me. Let me know how you guys feel about the mixtape, by the way. I'm just rambling. I'm just talking about the process of how I came about creating this mixtape. So, when I created the first two tracks, which was Rescue and Girl Code, I felt that Till the Season type vibe, and I did want to make something that caters into that Till Season, land, because I do want to make a Till Season Part 2 at some point. But I also felt like I wanted to drive more into, if I was in the summer and I'm just listening to music, what type of vibe do I want to give off? And I felt like Girl Code was one of the perfect ones. Rescue was, I was so excited. Rescue came about where I was just working on beats, and I was like, I just need one. I need one little thing, just one little thing. And I was like, I remember Tiger doing the Pac-Man in one of his songs. And I watched I think it was about a minute clip of him going back and forth with Chris Brown and his producer. And then he was talking like, oh, right there where he said Pac-Man, drop a Pac-Man sound. The producer want to go get a Pac-Man sound and put a Pac-Man sound. So like, yo, what if I could do something like that? And what I ended up doing was taking the clip from, oh my god, y'all just, what's up? I'm trying to tell my story of how I created the process of this mixtape. If you got any questions, feel free to let me know. And same thing for you guys on Facebook. But yeah, when I had made Rescue, I was like, yo, I want to add something just to give it a little more punch into it before I started writing anything. So I ended up, I can't remember how I came across it. But I was like, what if I use Star Fox's sound from Super Smash Bros. Melee? So I was like, alright, bet. I can use that. It's very short, very, 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 very short. So I felt like, copyright wise, it wasn't going to be like of a high issue because it was very short. It was really like probably a second, barely just hitting the second. And oh, I thought you said something else. And I was like, all right, bet. So I threw that in there, and then the place I got it from, it showed, all the different sound effects. I was like, all right, I just want to take certain parts. And I was like, in my head, I kept hearing fire. Because I remember the fire every time he does the move in Smash Bros. Melee, Smash Bros. Wii U. It's the same, pretty much the same thing. And I was like, all right, I'm going to use that. The funny part is, until I finished the song, I realized he was saying hiya, not fire. So I'm like, I'm going to rock with it because that shit was fire to me. that was it. And then I had the come on part because when I was going through the sound, I was like, oh, the come on would kind of like insinuate me like keep on going, or let the ball keep rolling instead of just stopping at certain parts and then kind of having that like dust that it kind of gives that build up. That come on gives that build up to, all right, I'm about to hit another punchline or hit another bar or something of that nature. And I fell in love with the track from beginning to end process. I felt completely in love with that one single track. Mission Complete came after the fact of it was already finished when I had to do review and I had to go back into it. And I was like, you know what? I want to add, I want to add more to it. So I end up going back to the catalog of sound effects of Star Fox. And I found that part. And I was like, you know what? I think this will work out. So I put an echo effect on it. Bam. And that's how that came about. Lyrics wise, everything for these lyrics, I was literally, and this is for like every single song. As I'm talking about it, my housemates decide to play my music in the background. You guys can't hear it, but because I turned on the TV, I didn't want it to like overlap all this. But the way I constructed my lyrics, I will say this for clearance for anybody else that may want to understand. I take what I see from other people and implement it into my songs. I then also retain this more self-me by implementing how I would feel in either said situation or how I would go about it in said situation. So it's not fully about them, nor it's fully about me, and then it's kind of that mixed world. So it has that reality shift into it. And that's how I created all my lyrics. For this mixtape solely, I had spent... Rescue definitely took, I think, about 2 weeks to make. Girl Code was the same amount. Demons was about a week. Attention and Alicia took, I want to say, a day or two. And the reason why this mixtape hasn't came out sooner, one, because I had pre-planned this coming out for my birthday, so I was kind of like in the rush in my head. But two, I had to do a reviewing process, and that reviewing process had made me go back, raise volume, re-record Attention. I think I re-recorded it from a review standpoint. I want to say 3 times. Rescue I recorded twice. Demons I recorded twice. Girl Code I recorded once. Alicia was recorded once. Re-recorded once. And I could say from my experience between now and then and all the things I've been doing now, I could say I have improved on a lot of different technicalities. I don't know how everybody feels about the mixtape. I had one friend comment, and I'm not sure if everybody else feels the same way. So if you guys want to let me know about that, because I pay attention to my own songs. I listen to my own playback, and compared to this mixtape versus any other track I put out besides Savage Remix, very clear, very more out there, including from the instrumental perspective, not just vocally, but instrumental perspective. Wait. Only improved to look back to old stuff. Yeah, you're right. And it's funny because the first track. Okay, let me go back to that statement right there. Headbang was my first studio recorded track, and actually my first song I ever put out. Comparing that type of track to now, I am a lot more into what I want as this mixtape and this recording process. I'm making the sound better. I'm making the punch better. The only thing that I'm hesitant on, I do agree with my friend. This is something I was gonna kind of keep to myself. I do kind of agree, but then again, it's more so each his own. Because yes, it's louder than my previous track, or previous records, but then now it's maybe a little bit too much, and it's not blending. It's not with the beat per se. I'm not saying this for every song, but I hear it through, I believe, 2 songs. I'm not gonna say them because you guys are gonna have to figure that out on your own. And I was like, it's my first mixtape. At the end of the day, nobody's gonna care. I'm gonna get better the second project. I'm gonna get better the third project. I'm gonna get better the fourth project. I'm hoping around the 10th project, this growth skyrockets. In the sense of, I know some of y'all see the views on this end. I know some of y'all see the views on this end. I'm looking for tenfold the amount, which is not that many, but hoping. Time is stupid. Yes, Let Your Head Bang. That was the only studio recorded. After that, I recorded everything on my own. So Till the Season, I'm trying to remember all the tracks in my head. Till the Season, Want It, Musa, Up Down, even this right here, solely recorded on my own. The only thing that's special between this versus every other track is the instrumentals I created on my own. Or let's just say created from the sound, but I created from using different samples and loops. And this is what I got. I know some people have been wondering, like, yo, Dre, how you make your beats and whatnot. Splice.com, very easy. I'm not sponsoring this. It's not a sponsored video. It's for every other videographer, video YouTuber, whatever the case may be, however you want to look at this. Jump. We need to find, we either need to find the lyrics or we need to recreate that song and get that recorded. Recording process doesn't take me a long time. Again, I'll record in a day, edit the next day. I'm kind of just set to go. I may take about 3 days to record. Meaning I might do my main vocals one day, do my ad-libs and my endings the next day, and then I'll mix it down the third day. And then that's it. It's only but, I want to say, if not 45-ish minutes, I'm not pushing past an hour and a half to get a song done. And then sometimes, if I memorize, using my phone, go through my lyrics, excuse me, I would, and I'm saying that for like multiple songs, I would record like 3 tracks in one day and then mix them all down the next day and just knock them out and then set them up for like 3-4 weeks later. Let's see, you got your lyrics. I gotta get my lyrics. I gotta find them because I have a whole new phone. I don't know if this laptop probably still has it. I don't want to go through. I could be wrong. I don't want to go through it. From my perspective, my challenge with what you just said, yes, I was fast. My challenge was in the past, and this is why this took me a little bit longer than my previous work. In my past, I was right. I would write, and I would write with no actual concept behind it. Meaning like, Up Down was a party track, but Up Down didn't really have necessarily of a story. It was, you can hear the bits and pieces of the story, you can hear the bits and pieces in the meaning, so you can conjure up a meaning, but it wasn't a full-fledged meaning behind before production of Up Down. It wasn't, like, Till Season had it. Till Season had it, Want It had it, Headbang had it. I know I'm missing tracks around. 0 to 100 had it. Heavyweight had it. I think somewhere around Pass It, Pass Out is when I, not say gave up on the story aspect, but I was just more focused on putting out music. And my housemate's daughter being annoying. I've been waiting on you for the longest. don't talk about me, about, you wait for music. Wait on you. Whenever you're ready. 2021. Because 2020 is crazy. But yeah, around Pass It, Pass Out, I just want to put out music because during that time I only had but so many songs in my catalog. Now I have, well, based on like catalogs of the streaming services I have, I want to say it's more than 10. I want to say 15. I don't 100% know off the top of my head. I want to say 15. I know it's more than 10. I just don't know if it's 15 or not. Probably like, it's probably more like 14. Nonetheless, now having that amount of catalog puts me in a position to actually perform more, as a solo artist. Excuse me, wow, these burps. I took Dayquil before I came down here. Just because my throat was itching, I was like, all right, you know what? Sore throat, just a tad bit. Not chug it, but sip on it real quick and call it a day. So that's that. And then you can imagine me going through these records that fast as you proclaim it. For me to also then put out dance videos, practice my dancing, during the time semi DJ, and then during the time semi photography. like all that within weeks. Like I paused on the photography thing, one because of pandemic, and two because I really wanted to make this happen. This mixtape, I want to make this happen. My first mixtape. I asked people wanted me to put out a project. Here's the project. But the problem is, what I ran into was a lot of different artists talking about, mainly towards people that are making music. Your project, nobody's necessarily going to care about. Not saying that you guys don't care, but necessarily you guys are not going to care about. Your music, nobody necessarily going to care about. Content. And you want to get good? Improve while you're doing content. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna just put out. That's how you guys got the weekly music, and then damn near every single day, if you follow me on TikTok, actually not damn near every day, every single day on TikTok, I throw out a dance video. The only time I haven't was Tuesday because of the blackout hashtag that not everybody, but people were doing, and I wanted to show that, you know, I'm involved. Even though I physically may not show my involvement out into the crowd, I am involved into Black Lives Matter. Why? Why can't I just give my speech and you just not bother me? Because if I end up putting you in this video, your mother gonna curse me out. Exactly. So back up. All the way up to your room. Alright, anyway. I want to get back into podcasting. That's one thing I definitely do want to do. It's probably most likely going to be in a similar format. It is hard. It's not as bad when you put in time management. I didn't have high time management, especially when this one likes to bother me a lot, and I sit here and go, I want to work, and she chooses to continue bothering me. I do try to put my focus into it. So I would play a game. I'll be like, you know what? An hour. I got 1 hour in this game. Call it a day. I'm not gonna go too heavy into the game because I want to do something. I want to get this done. This has to be done. I am gonna procrastinate and sit here talking about tomorrow. Nah, it's gotta get done. It's gotta get done. So I was like, all right, I'll play an hour. I'll sit there because I'm done with my hour. Maybe like hour 30, maybe 2 hours, but I'm done. Like, I'm not touching the game. Has to be something next. And I'm just like, all right, what now? I'm like, well, Dres, you got to work on your lyrics. And just sitting here like, I don't want to. But this ain't the man I have to, or else it's not going to get done. So.
You're weird.
I'm glad that you know that. So yeah, that's it. And then I'm trying to find different angles on how to set the mood for myself to get certain tracks done, and how to not necessarily just like channel, but more so get the environment. I'm so used to rapping so aggressive or like very I'm about to sneeze. Very passionate, that for me to get in my sexy bag or to get in my like I'm just happy, or probably I'm in the depressed bag, it's like a whole different field that I have to grow crops in. I'll make sure I can read everybody's stuff. That's what I do. I get up, I work out, cosplay. Yeah, see, we know not necessarily the struggle, but we know like what we want to put out. If we want to get somewhere, work has to be done, and we have to find our own mentality and our own body to get it done. Like, like I'm starting to get used to waking up at 6, 7 a.m. I was on and off for the last couple of months. Now I'm a bit more into it. I've done like 4 days straight, getting up, or at least getting around that time, and probably taking a nap after. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what else I want to talk about. Any questions that you have or like to know about, whether it's future projects, future songs, will I be collabing with other artists? Well, I do want to collab with other artists. I'm gonna throw that out there. I actually have a few people in mind. I'm going to hit them up either later on today or tomorrow. I don't know for sure yet. But I'm not against music. What I feel like, I want to be blunt. What I feel like is, even with this being out, and I'm talking about like not you guys. I'm talking about the people that I perform in front of. I don't feel like nobody, and I'm gonna still feel this way until I actually see it. Nobody outside of Project CX, I guess, like sees me as an artist, and I compare myself more in the sense of Drake because. I'm not saying when Drake started out, people didn't consider him a rapper, but that's how I feel. People don't consider me an artist. And I'm sitting here like, well, why not? Till the Season was about breaking up and trying to reconnect. Headbang was initially motivation to perform with your heart out. Heavyweight was this demonstration of you can keep doubting me, but I'm gonna keep grinding my butt off and get my. I'm gonna sit here like, do I curse or not? Get my shit together. And what's the other one? I had it 0 to 100 was because I was mad. During that time, I was mad. I was like, yo, I need my frustration out. I had some people I want to take it on without name dropping. But then I switched it over because I didn't want to make it a diss record. I wanted to make it more of a song. So then in the middle of writing the lyrics, I tried to spin it more into a song so does it feel like I'm attacking solely one person or two people or three or four, etc. But I am just fed up with the idea of me not taking it serious. And I guess even that could be an extension of what this mixtape means. I never felt like nobody cared. And not saying nobody cares as in like you guys don't care. I'm looking at it from a stance of if I perform, I don't feel anybody I already personally know cares enough to an extent. And I do have to do some birthday shout out, or not birthday shout outs, but I do have to respond to some birthdays. What's up? I don't know. Golden boy, bitch. I'm kidding. Let me relax. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I'm chilling right now. I wanted to promote the t-shirt a bit. I did self-make these. So these shirts I bought, printed out, transfer paper, put an iron on them, and this is how it came out. So this is not going to be like, I can't make a black version of this unless I get the paper transferred to me on my own accord. But that's pretty much that. The idea of the cover art, I guess I can talk about that. Why?
Do your little thing.
No, do my little thing. Why? Why you want to be out here?
I don't know, just to watch you. Okay, now carry on.
Anyway, cover art came about because of the fact that I needed something. It was quarantine. I was like, I can't get a haircut because we're quarantined. So I was like, fuck it. I know I'm bad lighting. I could do better lighting, but I just don't feel like grabbing the lighting equipment to do all the extra stuff to get the lighting to work properly. I'm just going to do what I got to do for this. But I decided to, try my best to express me as an artist or how I feel as an artist. Right side of it, more so how I usually am. Very loud, very aggressive, very strong. I would say pause on the microphone. Pause. And I wanted to like give that vibe on the right side. The left side, chill. I am more laid back. I could say more the DJ side of me on the left side than I am on the right side. Right side of me is definitely more the artist of me. Minus the fact that my shirt's off. I don't like. I know I have done it from time to time in the past, but I'm not as like fully always out there with it. And then also, if you look at the album cover specifically, the left side is black with white in it, and the right side is white with black in it, and kind of similar to yin and yang, opposite. So that kind of came into play in my head. The album cover definitely went over a couple of times. I actually created that entire album cover myself. I did a lot of things myself. Shout out to the team. Let me not say that. What happened? She went. Okay. I'm only gonna be on here for what? Another 30 more minutes. Well, my phone's not dying. All right, we're good. What else I want to get at? What else? Oh, shout out to the team. I say that because a lot of the songs that you guys hear now wouldn't have came out the way they came out if it wasn't for a team. And I'm saying that in more so putting their thoughts into placement of order of the track, placement of how I should sound. They weren't in the studio with me besides Headbang, or not studio, but in the time during the recording, but I go to them to make sure the track sounds the way it sounds before you guys hear it. I don't want to give you guys a rough draft on something, and then I end up giving you the final version, and then y'all kind of critique the final version as if it's still the rough draft. And it's like, nah, this is final. Like, part of me does feel like going into this and adjust the volume on this entire mixtape. But at the same time, I kind of just want to leave as it is. It's a done, over with project. Mentally, after today, I am moving on to the next song, and I am potentially, this is not 100%, but I am potentially making a project, at least in my head, for 2021. Whether it's going to be for summer, whether it's going to be for the winter, spring, or fall, I do not know. I know that I want to keep this weekly thing going. I actually do have, I want to say, a few songs in the tuck. Whether they're like reviewed, fully finished, I'm going to toss that up in the air. Do for real like I keep. Yeah. I agree. Oh, by the way, before I forget, if you guys don't know, all my tracks, well, at least for the mixtape part, is available on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So if you want to use Instagram, the music button, type in the title of the track that you're looking for, and my name associated with it, it'll pop up. So throwing that out there. I can't. Nah, let me adjust my. Alright, I think that's slightly better. It was like right here. This is where the middle is. What's that, the angles? Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of being a part of, everything going on, including being part of the team. The team looking out for me to put necessarily my best work out there, or close to my best work out there, because I struggle in my head, at least, fighting with the idea of just let me put it out, unless it's in a sense good enough. Put it out, let you guys react to it, and I will build on every single person's feedback. I've taken every person's feedback into account, whether it's meant for this track, whether it's meant for that track. it's into account. Because my best friend put me on the mindset of I need to create more meaning back into my songs again, and I lost that making my last couple tracks. Not I ain't cheating, but keep it simple. Doesn't necessarily have like I can give you guys a meaning, but feeling the meaning within the song, you guys are not going to feel it in Keep It Simple, Dessert, Savage. You can, but I don't know. To each his own. You may feel it, you may not. I guess I want to say, why did I choose to get into the music realm of things? Minus the fact that I like doing music and just getting my voice heard. I like the fact that it feels better to be more vocal on this stage than it is to just dance on the stage. Like, I love dancing, and that part of my DNA would never come out of me. I'm actually still upset with myself for the fact that I took X amount of years out of dancing to focus on this rapping to get to this point. I should have done it intertwined, but it's fine. I can't, and this goes for everybody else, never not neglect something that's going to make you happy. During the time, music made me happy because I felt like I was motivating, changing emotions to other people using my voice. I guess that's more powerful to me because, not to be like sad or depressed, just thinking about it. I never felt like my voice was that strong in my high school days, meaning that if I were to say something, the effect went more south than it did north. And I'm just like, so now I feel, I want to say more confident in just not only speaking, performing, knowing what to bring to the stage, because that performance actually intertwined with my DJing, intertwined with my dancing, and I want to say even photography. One-on-one, I want to say is more frightening than it is a room full of people. But at the same time, depending on what scenario I'm in, room full of people is more frightening than a one-on-one. Taking other people's judgment in, then trying to ignore it in your head. Like, and then if it gets to you just enough, it affects your movement in your body and your tone of your voice. And that can be clearly defined when somebody is performing. I can always remember this song because this was one of my highlights in me doing this music in the overall general sense, where I had some people that were supposed to perform, some friends of mine, came up to me, cursing me out. Tom, you know what I'm talking about, because you was there. But they came up to me and, you know, they were mad because they had gotten cut and I had to go up next. And I'm hosting this event. And as much as I felt not only bad for them, but also angry for the fact that, I guess, not necessarily understanding, but I understood that they can't understand because they're not in the position I'm in. I had mixed feelings seconds before I had to go on stage. As soon as I hit the stage, I had to pretend none of that had happened. I had to legit think about the audience and not think about anything that just happened those seconds ago. Not think about anything that happened in my past. I was not thinking about the future. I was thinking about the moment. That's the worst feeling. To have a speech and then like the burp and then kind of ruin the effect of the speech. Excuse me, by the way. But yeah, I won't forget that moment because it taught me that I could be anywhere in the world and I have to put myself in that position to go, yo, You have a job to do. You guys, you viewing this right now, I have a job to entertain you guys. Whether it's me involving my personal, whether it's me just entertaining and forgetting my personal, I have a job. I love my job, but I have a job. Forgetting that job when you're on the stage or when I'm doing something like this, it feels different. I'm blessed to have you guys. I'm blessed to have the people that on stage that look forward to me performing. I'm blessed for a lot of things. I'm blessed for even just having a household when I know dang well if I had decided to act upon the actions I was thinking in my head in the past, good chance I won't even have the friends I continuously have at this point. And I always, rethink. What if it's more me than them? What if it's them going through something and I shouldn't, say something because who knows what they're going through? Yes, sometimes I should speak up and say what I, feel, whatever. But being careful or treading lightly because I really don't know what they feel. Because what they feel with my feeling could cause them to then react the way I didn't want them to react. So I have to be careful, mindful. There's such thing as too careful, but just being mindful, mainly. Just being mindful of possibly something or somebody has something going on. So never just straight up, yo, fuck you. Sit down, have a civil conversation. Because there were times I sat here and I'm not even talking about a company per se. I'm talking about just friends or artists I had to work with. There's plenty of times I wanted to say fuck you. And I sat here and just go, nah. Just, nah. What that gonna do for this scenario? I lose that person to then make me either A, short of an artist, or B, short of a friend, or whatever the case may be, and what is the benefit I gain from just saying fuck you? That's what I want to know. A peace of mind for you not to be here, but then now I have to deal with more problems because you're not around. I'd rather just deal with you for 2 seconds, or deal with the scenario 2 seconds that you may be mad about or sad about, etc., and then go bounce back and forth, and then have my peace of mind when I can create my peace of mind, not forcing that peace of mind, and then ended up with nobody, and then now my peace of mind is no longer to exist because now in the state of where I thought was a peace of mind or could be peace of mind, now it turns into completely many thoughts or it's a shambles because I'm not in that zone, limelight, however you want to spin it, to then say, yo, peace of mind, I'm here, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm rocking with you guys, I'm doing my thing. Yeah. I thought I did this for 40 minutes is very impressive for me. But yeah, shout out to my cousins. I know they've been supporting me very recently. I want to say beginning of last year. Shout out to the Posse CX team. Shout out to you guys that have been supporting me, my friends. Shout out to people I do not know that follow me on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Dizza, Napster, Google Play Store, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat. Yes, I have all that. Shout out to those that have done photos with me, whether it's once, more than once. Shout out to everybody that I can respectably say that whether they listen to my music or not, whether they like what I do or not, just being around because, like I said, I didn't say this now, but like I said, this mixtape is a combination of however y'all feel, what I see from y'all feelings, and implement it into my music. I ain't never want to take the realness out of the music. I'm not saying anything I put out is just imaginary BS, etc. Things that I have talked about is the things that I have seen, experienced, etc. none of that I could have seen, witnessed, etc. if I haven't interacted with the people I have interacted with across my 27 years. Shout out to my grandmother as well. R.I.P. to her, because her birthday is coming up soon. This month it would have been, I believe she would have been in her 70s. 100%. I can't remember. I'm 100% sure. I know my cousins will remind me if I throw that out there. I know I have a lot of gratefulness for the years I had. So these friends, for some friends that I may have low key just not have talked to anymore, and then somehow we're like cool again. So shout out to all of them. I want, or at least what I want or what I'm achieving from this mixtape or anything else moving forward, and this is the same thing I've been saying from the past, me being the best performer I can, requires me to put out works like this continuously, for me to dance continuously, for me to DJ continuously, for me to do photography continuously to reach places I want to be at. And I am going to devote a lot more time into getting that done. Like, who's creeping from the back door? Yeah. So, yes. Appreciate it. Love for everybody, including the people that don't like me. Love for that, too. You still want to be annoying. I'm almost done. I got 15 more minutes.
That won't work.
That won't work. What do you mean it won't work? That's what you look like. Gumball. Mr. Robinson! Mrs. Robinson! Exactly. Go on.
No.
Go on. Go on. Mrs. Robinson! Yeah, I have beats in the tuck that I know I can't necessarily use. I like the beats. I tried to come up with something. I'm like, yo, unless there's a future, there ain't no way I'm going to make a whole song off this beat. Why? Why? But why are you doing it here? You burping and not say excuse me on top of that.
Excuse me.
Why? You that bored?
Yeah.
Tablet done?
Yeah.
You can't charge it?
No.
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 Why are you throwing stuff? Why you stop throwing stuff?
I'm not throwing it.
You just did. You threw 2 things at me. And it's recorded. So when your mother sees this, it's a wrap for you.
What?
Yes, it's a wrap.
I
You
did-
like your butt about to get whooped. Yeah, exactly. That's what that means.
Wait, how do you...
How I?
How I?
You'll learn at some point in life. You're Jamaican. Well, half Jamaican. Probably quarter at this point in your life.
I am not Puerto Rican.
I said quarter.
Quarter.
Quarter. You know what a quarter is?
Yeah.
25 cents.
Yeah.
25 pennies. How else is it? 5. 5 nickels. $2 in the nickel. Anyway.
Alright, that's what you do.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Be hungry.
I bet you is. That has nothing to do with me. I don't want to get at. If you guys want to support more, help more, I need to get back into live streaming. Bro, just do it. That's the thing I learned about anything you learn from this entire mixtape process is if you don't just do it, if you don't just blank your mind out and be like, yo, if I just get in front of this camera and just do it, it's fine. I don't need to set up anything fancy. Just put the camera forward, and then eventually I'll just start speaking and rambling on and say what I need to say about whatever I need to say about. End it. Barely edit, because I don't. Not saying I don't want to edit anything, but time-wise, just throw it out there. You know how many videos I have on YouTube, and I barely reach X amount of followers? I don't think I have more than 25. Not 20. I know I have 30. Excuse me. I don't think I have more than 40 followers on my YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for the last 3 years, back and forth, up and down the scale, in and out, and I have more than 200 videos. Some has reached probably like 200 views, but I have plenty of like videos that have 0. plenty. I got what, 10 more minutes on the stream? I feel like by the time I'm finished, they're gonna come through that door. Yo, literally an hour. I got anything going on? I got the shares. Finally, what?
Finally, I got to use the bathroom.
We could have been used the bathroom. Oh, right. This time wasn't it? I
was just downstairs.
Oh.
I was working out. Oh, but I didn't know you was there. I was working out downstairs before.
No, I didn't.
Say words.
What?
Say words.
What? So hot.
I bet. What else I want to talk about with this mixtape? Part of me do want to do it. Nobody Cares too. Part of me does. I don't know if it's gonna be a summer thing though. It's definitely gonna be longer.
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm trying to figure out. Is any?
Nah, I probably didn't start yet.
I'm trying to figure out. Is any questions you think I should answer, as far as mixtape wise? I talked about the cover of the mixtape. I talked about creation of some of the songs. I didn't say all the songs. I talked about me looking at future projects and future collabs with artists. I didn't name drop anybody specifically. Yeah, I have no idea to do with the last 9 minutes I got.
No, save the last 9 minutes.
Say the last 9 minutes?
And then come back to it. Because you know they're going to come. And you already know. So
I'm not about to like drop the live and come back 9 minutes.
Like, yo,
we're gonna hear and be like last 9 minutes.
Like, yo, listen. I'm like, I'm back.
I can go back live for like 10 minutes after said thing, but I'm trying to do like this one long stream, throw it off on YouTube later, and that's like my speech and whatnot for how I feel. So if you want to review back on it, by all means. Anybody I want to shout out? Any businesses? Shout out to Brendan Fist. Shout out to Real Poor Productions. Shout out to Vidova Black. Shout out to M9 Photography. Shout out to Brian and Ray Photography. I'm just throwing that out there because I've been talking to them. Shout out to Java Bean Podcast because we need to do one again. I watched like one video after mine. Who else is on the list of things I want to shout out? Alright, so Project CX like back to back throughout this thing. Fudge. Butter biscuits. And we will win this Black Lives Matter movement that we got going on, by the way. We will win that. Watching some videos, watching a lot of people talk about it, political side of things, and just general public. It's going to take time. The only thing, I guess, on my end of aspects of things, as long as these protests continuously happen, whether it's every single day, once a week, just like I said about me putting out consistent work, it will then work out. I just want everybody to know, whether this is now or the future, we cannot get rid of hate and we cannot get rid of racism. Even though racism is a made-up thing, we cannot get rid of it. The only that can happen is suppression. We can limit the amount of people, but we can not say it's gone forever, just like the mixtape cover, yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. So much as I hate that we gotta kind of stick to racism, the only thing I want to say is I'm not against people feeling racist or hate. And hear me out fully, because everybody has their own form of hate, whatever case you out. What I'm against is the actions of the said hate. You taking your feelings and actually implementing it on somebody to the point where you're causing harm or further to death. Nah, fam. Keep it to yourself. If you don't want to fuck with black people, fine. I know I have neighbors on the street that don't want to fuck with black people. Fine. I'm not over there knocking on the door like, yo, fuck you and your racism. They're not over here. Fuck you, your blackness. Stay over there. I'm doing good. You're doing fine over there. We just see each other. That's it. Call it said and done. That's how I just feel. I got 5 more minutes. I'm really trying to squeeze this. I'm just doing this for the sake of. If you guys, I guess, want to be updated on where I'm on every single thing you can think of. Twitch, obviously Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, have a website now, Snapchat, LinkedIn. Trying to think of my TikTok. I feel like I have like 3 others. I just can't remember off the top of my head. What other projects you guys will look for me? I guess that's one of the questions I kind of want to leave off. Not more projects, but more songs. Like, what do you want to hear? My goal is to be more different than most artists. So the general stuff of, twerk songs, party music, and guns and violence. I'm going to semi-make those, but I do also not want to have a full body of work only having that. That's not happening. I am not the mainstream artist like that. I do want to have diverse in what I put out as far as my music. I hope that this mixtape is a prime example of that. And I hope that everybody else can see that. I really feel like they about to pull up the next minute. Yeah, because I was saying, Tati, or Melanie was saying Tati is grabbing her 20 minutes ago.
So you want to just go back home, man?
I'll go on back online for 10 minutes. I'm not afraid to do that. It's just, I had a plan. I was like, yo, I'm here, I'm present. I said 9, I'm here at 9. Gotta show up when I said I want to show up. Mixtape came out June 5th. I said it was coming out June 5th. Whether it does sound like X, Y, and Z to some people, it came out. Not saying that I don't want to put out like a broken project, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and not deliver. I'm not sure, like, the thing I learned, or thing I'm trying to learn and implement, I should say, is once I set I'm here and I'm present, I have to stick to I'm here and present. TikTok, I post videos every single day, up to about like 3 or 4 times a day, probably even more, and showing that, yo, I'm this is my job. I'm at work. I clock in. These are my hours. I'm putting it in. I'm here every single time I said I'm here. I told you I'm going live at 9. I'm live at 9. If I can do a surprise pop-up, it's cool. But I said something, I'm here at 9. Few times I may reschedule, but for majority, I should be here. There should be no, like, full out 30 minutes late. There should be no, yo, I'm just setting up at 9. There should be no, I'm at 9, but I'm not ready. Like, that should be very 1% compared to everything else I end up doing in the future. With the minute and a half I have left. Love you guys. I don't know how much expression I can give. That goes across the board from team to people's support. Love you guys. Like I said, it's on TikTok.